Yeah, one question that I really want us to talk about, a topic that we'll talk about. We'll come back next week, probably around national championship.
Yeah, shoot, man.
I know it's the 14 playoff, and I think we discussed this before. But if you don't want to double it, like go to 8,
Yeah.
we have to find a way to make sure all the Power 5 conferences are in. That's how I feel about it. Because, I thought it's tough. It's tough when I guess it just depends from season to season. But it's tough when you sit there and you watch Stanford just annihilate Iowa. And then you turn around and see Michigan State get annihilated by Alabama. Then you're like, what was Big Ten even in the picture for?
Because football, more than any other sport, in my opinion, is about matchups. There are some teams that probably can just dog anybody, but especially when it come down to playoffs, it come down to matchups. Kind of like in boxing, some fighters just fight better against other fighters. Other styles of fights, I should say, not the fighters themselves. And football is pretty much the same, especially at college, because there's so many different philosophies. The pros is a lot more watered down. Teams look more and more alike, but in college, you got the spread, you got the air raid spread, you got the smash mouth, you got the veer, you got all of these types of offenses and defenses. And so obviously everything has its strength and everything has its weaknesses. So, if strength meets weakness and vice versa, that's when you can get some of the ugly games that we saw. Because I didn't see any good games on New Year's Day. On New Year's Eve, they were all blowouts from for the most part. So as far as expanding it, I'm all for expanding, man. More football, the more football, the better. I love watching football. And so it also gives some of the other teams, like you said, that get left out every year a chance to get in.
I hold my suggestions. We'll talk about it because I hold my suggestion on what I think the expansion should become immediately.
All right.
Versus what it should be like 5 years from now. But it just looks bad whenever. I'm just saying it looks bad whenever you have Stanford tear up Iowa and Alabama tear Michigan State.
Well,
I know that Michigan State, to me, Michigan State earned the right to be in the.
I was just going to ask you. Well,
who
do you think should have been the 4 in there?
But clearly, I think that the 4 that was in there is who I would have agreed with.
You would have put in those 4.
Yes.
Okay.
But just when you look back at it, I'm not saying take them out. I'm saying you should give more teams a chance.